Now we'll go through the overview of keyword-driven frameworks in QTP. Firstly, we'll prepare one Excel sheet which contains two sheets, T cases and T steps. In this test cases sheet, we are having four columns. One is test case ID, which gives a unique ID for each test case, TC1, TC2 and TC3. We are having right now three test cases and then description for each test case. Just a brief description, login and log out, insert order, open order. These test cases are written for a Windows-based flight reservation application, which was installed by default when you install QTP. Then comes the execute column, which has a yes or no. S indicates that particular test case is to be executed, and no indicates that particular test case need not be executed. And then the result column. Here we need to update this column with the pass or fail status. And then test steps sheet, which contains again the test case ID, and for each test case there's a detailed description of a particular test case. This is called test case test steps sheet. Okay, and then the result column, which shows again the status whether passed or failed or else not yet executed. And this keyword column is nothing but it just describes the complete step in just one word. Like see, the first test case is the TC1 and open application, means go to the application and open it. The complete description of the particular test case is just described in a single word. That's what's the keyword here. And if you observe this, for the first test case you are having three keywords: open application, login, logout. And second test case you are having again open application, login, insert order, logout. If you observe this, the keyword was repeated for each test case. And going to the QTP, we have functions for each keyword. Like for open app, we are having one function. For login, we are having one function return. And for logout, again one more, insert order, one more. And wherever the keyword is repeated, the same function will be called. Let's go to the script. Here, this is the function library we are using. In this keyword driven framework, we'll use all the components we have learned in QTP, like function libraries, actions. We'll implement everything in this keyword driven framework. In this function library, we have written all the reusable code within different functions. Open application. This is one function where the code is written to open that particular application, and then returning pass status if it is executed successfully. Same is the case with the login function. Login to the Windows based flight reservation application and then return the value pass once it is executed. Same is the case with other functions. Then we have written a driver script, which is very important. And in this driver script, again we have three actions written separately, three reusable actions, which were import, export, and main function. And coming to this import function, this contains code to export import the data from the Excel sheet, which is a test case which contains test case and test steps. We are first importing that into two sheets for test cases and test steps, and then the main code starts. This is the driver script. Which uses all the functions in the function library. First of all, we are having three variables: test case ID, result, and two columns, two integers for loop iterations. First of all, this logic is, first of all, it will take the value of test case ID in the test case sheet, and then it will execute the first one. It will check whether the execute is having S or no. If the status is S, we are checking it here. If data table dot value execute dot test case equal to S, then it's executing the next case. Once it is S, it will go to the test steps sheet. And then for the particular test case ID, it will go to the keyword, get the keyword, and then will execute the particular thing. It will go through each and every row in the test steps. And here it will take the each keyword, and whenever we are using here, select case. Case open application, then login, log off. After executing all the functions, we are just keeping the result in the result column and then ending the loop. And after executing, we are also exporting that to the external Excel file, test cases and test steps. We'll try to execute the script. Each test case was executing and the results was populated into the data table. Now go to the place where the Excel files were exported. Test cases. Here you can see the result column populated with the status. Test case 1 is to be executed and the result was inserted. Next test case 2 executed and then the result passed. Similarly, you are also having test steps sheet. Result column was populated with the status pass. This is an overview of the keyword driven framework. Once we go in detail of each step, we'll try to learn each step, try to understand each step of this code, and then we'll try to do one more example on the web-based application.